Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. I have a 2v2 for you all here on Belgorod that I was sent in recently by my friend King, because they said this one might be potentially interesting. Let's see what happens. Anyway, we have Sasizek. Oh my god, I gotta pronounce his name. Shaizigazak as tank destroyer for the Soviet Union. And we have Napoleon going straight for motor strategy for the Soviet Union. Meanwhile, for the Germans, we have King obviously playing as Panther Tactics. Okay, that's gonna be intriguing. And we have Mthis playing as the Wehrmacht without any commander choice yet. Need to see what happens there. But now it looks like the Soviets are going for... Oh, interesting! Looks like Shaizizak is going for a 1-1-1 start. Zapper, Conscript, and Fontaviki. Could be interesting. So the Conscripts will help supplement the Fontaviki, who are actual experienced infantry. Oh, and we have Napoleon, who pushed up pretty far with the Sappers. That is an intriguing decision. Those are the Storm Pioneers taking up cover behind this little outhouse. The Wehrmacht is going to have to act fast and prevent the Soviets from keeping that point. This cutoff point is apparently very important on Belgorod. Similar mirrored over on the Russian side at the moment. So we have some Sturm Grenadiers and some Hitler Youth coming up now. Grenadiers opening fire quickly. Pioneers also on the flank here. Kugelwagen 42 coming out for King. Double Grenadiers on the field here for Sid. Looks like they are not going for any Volksgrenadiers, which is generally fine. Grenadiers can generally do their job pretty well. So we have the Waffen-SS troops pushing up very aggressively on their flank, using the power of the Sturm Grenadiers to their advantage early game, supported by the Hitler Youth. As a cheaper, more regular infantry squad you can get if you're playing as Panther Tactics. And looks like the Germans have seen him grab this point, but he still needs to get a cut-off point down there. Over long range though, the Germans should win out many of these engagements with their Grenadiers. They just need to get rid of that Sapper squad. So we have a recon squad coming in early for the Soviets here. A recon team. Have any command choice? Yeah, we did get motor there. The tank destroyer, which is pretty interesting. But Sid has not picked anything yet either. Going for an MG42, I imagine. Looks like it. With some after behind. Looks like the Storm Pioneers are going for the cutoff point finally. They need to get that cutoff point secured. Hitler Youth could push up here behind the sandbags and use that. I guess they're focusing... Oh, and on a grenade assault. And they'll definitely grade those sappers. And they did. And once that sector is captured, the Germans will finally be able to get their fuel point. Like, these two cut-off points are very important on Belgorod. Oh, we have a tank hunter early as well. That's a good choice against the Kugelwagen. It just needs to hit. Oh, but there might be a side blocker. No, it might not be. There we go. That's one good shot right there. Hitler Youth are pretty good for being regular infantry though. But they might be able to win an engagement there because it's a Sapper squad. It's not a conscript or Fontaviki. But that PTIS is definitely sniping them one by one actually, never mind. So we have Gewehr 43s being equipped on one of the Grenadier squads. Also the MT42 moving around. Maxim coming up here for Napoleon. Opening fire directly here on the Grenadiers. What the hell hit that squad? Was that a rifle grade? That was a really good rifle grade then, if that was. First pushing against to retake their fuel. Sturm Grenadiers are a little bit alone here. Kugelwagen is being repaired. So they got rifle grenades, which is a good choice generally. Ah, but overshot. I think those Sturm Grenadiers need to get out of there. Will it be too late? Looks like the Sturm Grenadiers will make it. We have the first take-up truck coming out for the Waffen-SS. Wehrmacht is taken up behind us, still no commander choice. Rifle grenades going in on the Maxim. Good one, destroying the Maxim entirely. That's exactly the kind of stuff you want. And the Fontaviki cannot do anything against this MG42 here. And more fun to come into the field for Napoleon. Guys is getting a Maxim. Looks like the HQ's been set up there. This is a very small map, so action can be very quick here. We also have a second Storm Grenadier coming onto the field, evidently. This King wants some more elite troops on the front line. Yeah, oh, we have a command choice from Sid. It is Leichte. So we have mechanized, basically, for the Germans. Pretty potent commander that can do a little bit of everything as needed. Trying to set up a bunker here, but that might not last for long with all the fire coming in on it. Actually, it's only one Karlskov squad firing. Last blade did go in, but the heavy cover did stop a lot of damage from occurring. So we still control the center here, which means they have a springboard for the color point if they ever need it. Big Soviet flank going up for the MG42 here. And MG42 is going to be overrun. Yeah, that's gotta be... Oh, actually the MG42 got some good flanking shots right there. But it might need to pull back still. I would not want to keep an MG42 in that kind of situation. But it's gonna mow down all the Russians. Oh god. Great going into the Stone Pioneers. Ooh, didn't do that much damage. And it took out the Fonsoviki who drops the DPM. Hanskevs could run out and grab the DPM though. And MG34 set up here for the Waffen-Mthis. The Wehr-43s are still being used quite extensively by the Grenadiers at the moment. We have some Odon coming onto the field. Tis gun arrived here. Oh, this is actually an AT gun, so still a Tis. But this is 2. Not used. It cannot be used as a field gun like the Tis 3, I believe. I'm going to just move up here with an LMG42. That's definitely gonna have them give them quite a bit of firepower to work with. Obviously, it only has 50 rounds, so they have to reload it very frequently. The rifle grenades really don't seem to do that much unless they hit very directly. Yes, you're done. Lead troops available to motor strategy. Really damn good units, by the way. Very expensive, though, I believe. Much like shock troopers. Hitler Youth and Storm Pioneers pushing up as well. As the first SS is very aggressive in trying to push up here. Command half-track on the field as well, arriving alongside another slapper. So the SS can take up again as well. Panzerjägers on the field as well for the Leichte Division. Crowd mower on the field, good choice. D70 following up behind it. There's not a lot of AT from King's side, so I think that crowd mower, if utilized correctly, could do a lot of damage. Odon is just using it with the RPD, which is using the BIR model, as you can see. It's very nice to have this medic station there. That's really helping the Soviets stay in the fight. Bazooka is being equipped now on the Grenadiers. It's a little bit awkward to have on the Eastern Front, but fair enough. Honestly, I'm personally not really much of a fan of getting access to like American equipment, but what can you do? If I'm being called in for the Light Division, artillery being called in by the man half-track here. That could be a problem. That's precision barrage. 7.5 speed light infantry gun. Ah, but it didn't hit much, and the Odon managed to dodge it. Germans are still having a little long firefight here. The Wehr-43 with scope and the LMG-42 for the Storm Grenadier. Making them a very potent squad at all ranges, I believe. Overall, Storm Grenadiers are exceptionally potent. Grenadiers are trying to flank here. Not too much fire, they all have their Kar-98s at the moment. Crowd mower moving in alongside the T-70. Good choice. Looks like they only have AT rifle grenades, which actually do a lot of damage to the T-70, surprisingly. Normally, they would not do that much damage, I think. And that's what that King has... Oh, he does have one squad with the Panzerfaust, but they got mowed down by the quad. And that's the dangers of the quad, everyone. It's a very potent anti-infantry killer. F1 might have to relocate southwards. Oh, looks like the SS's flank is going to be entirely overrun. And this is shot being loaded, did not do much. We do have a pack 40 coming up here. Need to get that thing off quickly. F1 taken out, probably by the bazooka of the Odon. No! Actually by this little AT gun, I think. The 45mm, yeah. Impressive. Uma coming out. Oh, all infantry is gone for King. Oh, that's a big loss. But Pack is now present. Didn't hit though. And it hits its own truck. Oh god. But here's the Boomer, which might be a good enough thing to deal with these Soviet weapons. Oh, T-70 is hidden. We have some more Storm Grenadiers being called in. There's some conscripts waiting on the flank here and then preparing to move in. Looks like the Pack and the Puma did take out the T-70. Germans having a little bit of a hard time holding here. Conscripts are just doing a very wide flank by the looks of it. Motor half track present for the Wehrmacht. I think the Outclaw have spotted them though. Yep, they know there's a conscript squad up there now. This MG42 is going to be in trouble. Oh yeah, the SVTs are working out, but now it's going to move open fire. And that's a dead conscript squad. Oh, but you're seeing the unique tank destroyer guards you have access to if you're playing as tank destroyer, obviously. They can sneak and everything, so he's just keeping tabs at the moment on the Waffen-SS positions. It's a very useful ability to have. They can actually spot for your mortars effectively that way. They've been equipped with SVTs. Very nice choice. So they have some semi-automatic firepower to increase their firepower in all ranges. Lots of mortars going in here for the Wehrmacht from the mortar half track. Companies are working on repairing the truck, which in my opinion still takes a little bit too long. Also, we have a searchlight half track coming up here for the Wehrmacht. Keep tabs on all the positions and movements. Oh, MD4 is sitting up here. Interesting position. They will prevent any flanking. We have a Valentine tank here available as well. Looks like we have an SS mortar arriving and the next tier truck, so it looks like the SS is still effectively tearing up despite all this. Now this infrared light will reveal the Soviet positions when it comes over them. Like we can follow the light here. And it then reveals on the mini-map, so you can see where the Soviets are. You need to like keep an eye on the mini-map for it. And then it will also reveal a silhouette of the enemy, I think. Now the German mortar is working on counter-barraging. Siberian's been called in, another unique squad available to them. Getting very good long-range infantry available to tank destroyer. So the MG42 got destroyed up there. That's a problem.
Ready the MG42.
Well, the Mthis is lacking in infantry at the moment, but they don't really have the resources because they're taking up. So the Soviets are moving for another flank here with Udon infantry and some sappers. Decent rifle grenade, but it's not going to do much. This might be a grenadier, I'm not sure. The man half-track is actually capable of hitting. There's some artillery shells being used from the CIS-3. Or Hitler you've called in. Generally a good cheap alternative. Here comes the Udon on the flank. Using the RPD and SVTs. Pillboxes tend to be set up. Might be a little bit of a bad position to do it. Or Hitler you've been called in. They also appeared here on the Udon engineers, interesting. Now Udon used to be able to sneak, they cannot do that anymore. Instead, now only the engineers can sneak, which I think is a decent thing. Firstly, a good change in my opinion. Anti-Fin Force being equipped to the Hitler Youth. Increase their potential firepower. The MT-42 managed to suppress the Udon, which I think makes the MT-42 with the Grenadier support win this engagement. Pillbox managed to get set up. Oh, mortar hit the MG42! Killing it entirely. Oh, that's gotta be a problem for the Wehrmacht. The Bears are trying to push up here. Oh, they're trying to take out the pack. Rifle is being prepared on the Storm Grenadier there. Panzer 4J arriving as well for the Mthis. Oh, good rifle grenade, almost killing the entire Siberian squad. Braupmower and Valentine pushing up together. But this time there will be a Panzer 4 to help intercept. Looks like the Puma went down as well. Valentine down. Yeah, with the Northern flag. Looks like we have a repaired pillbox. Which will repair itself, actually. There could be a little bit of a problem for the Soviets. Dongan is being used to recruit a pack, I imagine. Looks like it. Wehrmacht aufklar down. Wehrmacht is suffering heavy losses.
Structure under attack. Weapon team ready.
Because the mortar attack is doing a decent work though and just chilling the Soviet positions up here. But thanks to this medic position, they can just keep holding on. These Udon troops will just kill anything that comes their way. Panzer F1 arriving for the Wehrmacht again. Side skirts equipped on the Panzer 4J. More Siberians being called in and another AT gun of some kind. Second mortar. Well, that's the same mortar, my bad. Tank destroyer guards just waiting there and hiding still. Radioing in information to the rest of the Soviet force behind them. Now the Udon needs to get close to using anti-tank grenades, so they might be in trouble from the flank. Oh yeah, good canister shot right there. Udon do drop smoke when they're retreating, which is very handy. There is a Maxim back here. But he's trying to make a little bit of a distraction against the Udon again. 45mm sitting up to fight against the SEGA, fight against the Panzer IV F1. Now, will he be able to penetrate is what I'm wondering. No penetration the first time, didn't even hit. It looks like the SS is taking in with a bunker as well. If that diminishes, it'll probably become a MG42 bunker, who knows. I think I'm a munitions cache, okay. F1 is going up against the Maxim very aggressively. Using another canister shot, almost killing it. MG34s will take care of it.
Gun is ready for orders. Unit ready.
Lots of Soviet AT guns in hiding too. EPM and scoped SVTs on the Siberians here. This grenadier is not gonna get out of there, I think. Oh, bazooka from the Udon there. And more Udon is moving to flank, and they also have a bazooka. But up against MG34s, you don't want to stay there for long, so they have to get out of there. Now, Panzerjägers cannot capture territory, so these guys will not be of much help. Because Mthis coming onto the field for the Mthis. Artillery being called in on the Udon position. Not sure from what. Very scattered artillery, might just be a doctrinal ability. SS outclimb the field, they will spot those guys. Very nice. We have an issue. Oh, I have an issue 85 arriving. Now this will deal with most German tanks frontally, thanks to the 85mm gun. So, although its armor is not the best, it'll do pretty good. Just need to keep the front to the enemy. These are not still just holding this position like the like the highly trained men they are. Artillery come by the flag by the command half track. You also have an M-check coming out here soon for the Udon. Oh, Water Half-Track died. I kept nerf on the field too for Leichter. Leichter needs some infantry too, I'd say. Oh, that Panzerwerfer did do some damage though. Didn't kill any squads entirely though. Just have Stukas Mthis here, which is very devastating if it can hit. Very inaccurate though, even compared to the Panzerwerfer. Now where's it firing? In the same area over here? Looks like it. And it looks like you only got one kill, but that's definitely very demoralizing. MT here on the field. In very colorful ammo pattern. Much like the Udons, actually. Coming up against the F1 again. But the M should be able to deal with the F1. Of course, there's a bazooka on the flank here has to worry about. There's also a pack coming up. Also, we have an Aufklar and a recon near each other. And the Soviets can just utilize a lot more artillery than the Germans can at this point because of it. Another pack coming out here for the Mthis. Most of the pioneers being killed. It looks like Sid needs to get a lot more infantry out if they want to compete on the front line. You cannot rely just on vehicles. Oh, Amarak from the F1 on the Emcha! That is impressive and lucky. That's a big deal. Second Emcha is being prepared though.
Panzer 4, ready. Ready to execute.
So Fus might be ready to fight again soon. Not soon actually, that's gonna take a while. The second pack is rolling up here.
Awaiting command.
Also, we have the Hitler Youth moving up here. There's a minefield though.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies.
So the Hitler Youth is being very fanatical. Here comes Jordan again. Good mortar hits, but they're damaging them enough. But the Germans now have another munitions point. That might be that Hitler Youth squad though. Oh, good shot there from the Puma. Forcing the Russians to want to pull back, and looks like the Hitler Youth might make it. Wow, impressive. Good to always avoid to lose squads, so you can get them out safely. That's always a good thing.
Half-track ready. Prepare for combat.
We have smoke shells at landing.
We need orders.
Again, we're firing again. We'll be around here. Again, didn't do too much damage.
Ready for action.
S-85 is moving up to try and get a shot on this 80 on this Panzer IV here, I think.
Ready.
How much can the SS see? They'll be able to see the Su-85 soon. You know there's Siberians there.
Ready to deploy. Make it quick. Stand down. When do you need us? We are ready. Grenadier ready. Send orders.
Bravo moving up. Probably not the best move. Yeah, Crabmo finally down by the looks of it. And we have M-Chest flanking northwards, looking at the Puma.
Vehicle has been lost in the defense of Aberdeen.
Will this F1 be able to stop two M-Chests? Probably not. Yeah.
Enemy has destroyed a panzer.
You have a Panzer IV in the fields, but there's just a lack of Wehrmacht infantry. And you really need infantry to support yourself in this. And more guards arriving. Explosive shell going out towards those sappers. Didn't hit though. They've been equipped with the Czech machine gun. Not a Panzer down. You don't want to have Mattcasting out in the open like that. Just hit the center again. But third position is still being held. Panzer IV is doing a good job with support of the pack. F8 coming up behind us. But the Panzer IV is definitely a very good version of the Panzer IV. Probably the best version of the Panzer IV, in all honesty, you can get.
Achtung! Prepare for action.
That's like Katusha. It looks like they want to kill the Panzer IV with a Katusha. Oh, and then that allows the MT to get a good shot on it. Force the Panzer IV to pull back. There's a bazooka in these Odon though. But it does not look like that was needed. Now listen, a fade up here. Well, that's not going to do too much, I think, unless he's very cautious with it. Into high explosives. MCS pushing up. Yeah, and a turret on a Stoop, which I'm not sure is very useful. We finally have infantry being called in. Hands away for opening fire. And MCS is just gonna keep being an issue unless there's a Tiger tank. Okay, so it looks like this is calling the Tiger tank to deal with the issues on that northern flank. Since the H-85 is down here, that might actually be good, because I don't think the MCS are as good against the Tiger as the H-85 would be. We also have a Feldfunkgerät prepared up here. Field radio, basically. That allows you to call in your battle groups. And we almost have the Tiger reaching the front line now. Those MCS might be in trouble. We have some Panzer Grenadiers moving to support the Tiger. And well, we have lots of mortar shells landing now on the southern positions. Then the MG-42 behind there. Tiger tank moving up. Tiger has to be very cautious though, it always needs infantry support. You never want to move a heavy tank up on its own. They're trying to destroy the AT gun. Yeah, probably should not have grabbed that because of all the machine guns on the tanks. Tanks do have a lot of machine guns on them, in case you're wondering. 30 cal, 30 cal, and 50 cal. That's a lot of machine guns firepower frontally on the armored vehicles. Looks like we have guards flanking here, sneaking around with a flamethrower and SVT. And they open fire. They probably forgot to be auto fire, which is a problem. Ooh, one more down there from the Stukas Fus. So there's going to be a big infantry push towards the Tiger. One Sherman down. But Inch are trying to go for the Tiger here. Very risky maneuver. Because the Tiger is a very hard nut to crack. There's a bazooka though, so if it gets close enough, Udon can start hitting it with bazookas. They missed. Explosive shell going in on the Udon. Didn't hit. But looks like the Panzer was fine. Looks like just mostly hit behind. Yeah, the Soviets are gonna have a harder time dealing with a Tiger tank. ISU 152 coming out though, which will chew through the Tiger tank like paper. Lots more Soviet stuff are being prepared behind the line. Double mortars coming out here for the Waffen-SS again. The Wehrmacht is taking up for final tier. Order half-track is still doing its job. Getting expert gunnery, okay. It's just been shelling this area mostly, but it's not been very effective.
Assault gun standing by. Crew ready.
The Tiger could move alongside this F8 and that Grenadier squad.
Crew is ready for
The F8 is armed with high explosives, so it will take care of the Udon if they can hit them. Yeah, probably should not just try arming that, it's just a death trap at the moment. Oh, no penetration. Tiger's pushing up now here. Hold on down. And Tiger should not, if the Tiger loses support, he just needs to be out of there. There's too much rounds coming in. That's free. That's free Shermans. Now, if the Tiger just keeps his front to them and stays at range, it will be able to deal with all these MTs. One by one. It's really up to how they coordinate. Oh, looks like the H-85 went down. I completely missed that. Lots of smoke going in. MG42 being grabbed here by the Pioneer. And they're remanning the pack again. Guessing a few more Grenadiers here available for the Light Division finally. And another pack 40 coming out.
stand by, crew.
Lots of Soviet units are still in the field though. Katyusha opening fire on the center. Oh, it's trying to take out the mortar half-track. I think. Didn't actually do that much by the looks of it. We have a Panther coming up for the Waffen-SS. That'll definitely be a tag that'll do something. The frontal armor of the Panther is actually better than the Tiger's. The Tiger just has a better gun and overall better hit points. But the Panzerwerfer and the Stukas is firing. Oh, they got one tank there. Stukas is not doing a lot to the front line. Here's the ISU 152. The Sviero Boy, the Beast Killer, as it was his nickname in some areas. Because it basically killed the big cats that the Germans' tanks were. And we've had a little bit more duel going on down here.
Prepare to execute.
Here's the Panzer. Premier medium tank of the Reich. A really good tank. Yeah, has like almost 400 more frontal armor. That's an insane number. No wonder the Panther tank is so hard to kill. Good job with the smoke grenade. That would save you. So. Yeah, the Soviet mortars are doing a little bit better. There's 3 of them compared to the Germans.
Mortar crew ready. Our 50 caliber machine gun turret has arrived.
Looks like the Russians are wanting to surrender unless it's a ploy. Oh, Napoleon dropped. Sid, to be honest, you did lost a lot of stuff. It's thanks to, I have to say, it's thanks to this King's Tiger on this end that they stopped the flank from being overrun. So Napoleon just dropped for some reason. I don't know why. How awkward.
We have more conscripts at our disposal.
Oh, actually, Tiger took a penetrating shot there. But the AI is still pushing. So the question is what's going to happen next. When is Scheisse going to surrender? So Scheisse is just going to go for an all or nothing push now with the ISU 152. Because the ISU-152 can break through the German line here. There could still be a chance for a Soviet victory. The Mthis is having a hard time holding back all this infantry now coming our way. The ISU is pushing up. There is a Panther nearby and pack still. It's loaded with... Oh, it's loading a high explosive, I think? No, it's switched to armor piercing. It's wanting to hit the Panzer IV when the smoke clears. Ah, he surrenders after that. Okay, fair enough. Well, I hope you all enjoy this little battle. I'll see you next one, everyone. Bye-bye.